Hello, and welcome back to the Master Trams YouTube channel, where today you join me on a 10-year-old map which I downloaded from a YouTube video. For those who don't know, this is the first map that a chap named Zest Husky played on his YouTube channel, and that is a YouTube channel which would go on to inspire many of us to start our own channels. So this map has quite the significance in the OpenDTD YouTuber scene. So anyway, last time, if you watched my video then, last week, you will have watched me rebuild the junction at Flonningbury and junction at Brentberg, before then doing a time-lapse of me rebuilding what you see in front of you right now. So this is New Slaston Station. It is a major stop on the Southern Mainline, and every train will stop here. You can see just in the top left corner a bypass track, but that will be largely for freight. So anyway, that was last episode, but what are we doing today? Well, it's a bit different because we're not rebuilding a section of line today. Instead, we are building a brand new line. We are extending the Southern Mainline from Lonningville to Tefingley. This is going to be the first of 4 or 5 such extensions until the main line is complete. But the important thing to note is that we will not only be extending the main line, we will also be building a new branch line or two. Because one of the rules that I want to take forward in this map is what I am going to call the junction rule. Namely, that any big station where express trains stop must be a junction. So take New Slaston here. You've got the main line coming from the left of your screen through to the right hand side, but then you've also got 2 branch lines. You've got the line going up to the top left, and you've also got the line to the bottom of the screen, which curves away through a tunnel. And I mean, to be fair, in New Slaston's case, that was once the main line, but I've changed it over the course of the last few episodes. So anyway, with that in mind, shall we go to Lonningville? Of course, the answer to that is yes, we shall go to Lonningville, and here we are. Now, as you can see, I have done a bit of redecorating around the depot. It was quite bland when I left it last time. And you can also see, down the left-hand side of the depot, is a pair of dieselised tracks, which is the Southern Mainline, and these are the tracks which I am going to be extending today. Now if we go into the plan list and switch on the Southern Mainline, you can see where I've planned for this line to go. And today's mission is to extend the line to Tefingley here. But of course, I also want to comply with this junction rule, meaning I need to build a couple of branch lines. Now the most obvious one is a line to Tundinghead Cross, which will probably see express trains as well, and maybe extending it further. But first priority is to get to Tefingley. So I say we do just that. And let's see how long this will take me. Now, the interesting thing about Zest Husky's big stations, because I've done a bit of playtesting already for this episode, but I could not get this station to feel like a Zest Husky station. And, well, having gone back to the original save, I think I know why. It's because I was using unidirectional platforms, whereas all of Zest Husky stations have every track being able to access every single platform. So I'm going to try and make Tefingley match that rule. So then, this will be speed restriction 40, no, 50. And then this will be speed restriction 100. Then this will be speed restriction 100, and this will be speed restriction of 125. And then what's this branch going to be? Probably 60 miles per hour. So if entry direction is back, else if entry direction is front. So if you're entering from the back, your speed restriction is going to be 60. And if you're entering from the front, your speed restriction is going to be 100. Right, now we need to actually build Tefingley Station. Right, so the platforms need to be 7 tiles long. And well, currently we've got space for 5, so we need to clear to at least here. So basically I think this hill is going. How does Tefingley still like me? So in 7, 7, 7, and 7. Now then, because there is that industry in the way. Aha, yes, there we go. Yeah, so every truck can now access every platform. So now, let's actually build Tefingley Station, shall we? I mean, first of all, we want a bridge. There, yep. We're also going to get rid of that. And there, so it's got space to grow. We'll add another bridge there. down there. I mean, you're stupid if you don't. And yep, there you go. So it should give Tefingley plenty of space to grow. Yeah, because for one thing, the reason I always get rid of these cul-de-sacs is entirely because they just take up space, which the town could otherwise use for buildings. But now I think the town is ready to have its station. So then, we are of course going to go for the Zest Husky Classic. Of a couple of roofs, or train sheds rather, followed by some other stuff. So I reckon they're going to want a bench and a plant and then an underpass. And that can be that. So then, on the single-sided platforms, we'll give them a bench. Like so, then we'll go for a station building, not a step-ish, waiting shelter, and then underpasses. And then blank tiles. So that is Tefingley. In fact, hold on, no. We then also want non-track stations. Yep, 3 along. There we go. So then, now we have to build intermediate stations. Oh, and don't worry about this industrial hub, that's for a future episode. But needless to say, I've already started planning for freight trains, which I'm going to be running. So then, let's think about this. So, and I am going to want something there. We'll go for a bridge here, and then an empty tile there. So then bridge. Benches, where is it? There. Signpost and benches. And this is just going to be Sunborn. Right, so now we continue to Runtway. well, we're going to do something fairly similar. Then it was benches, and then signposts. And finally blank tiles. And we shall also give it a little building, like so. And this is going to be Runtway on Sea. And if we build a road, we can build a little bus station. And yeah, so I've no clue what that bus station is going to be used for, but I mean, I guess there are some towns around here which could do with some service, but yeah. Anyway, continuing on, we've got Sinwell Cross. Again, get rid of the cul-de-sacs. And there we go. So then, station. Right, we're going to go for the pretty much the same again. Right, where is it? There. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the benches. Yep. And then the signs. And then the blank tile. And then I am also going to give it a station. But this time it's going to be this. And if we demolish this station, we can again do this. And yeah. So those are the stations done. Now we just need to do the signalling, which frankly is going to be dead easy. So then, Tefingley station is built. Now we need to do the branch lines. And I won't introduce the trains on camera, but I will do that off camera. So by the next episode, you will see trains running at Tefingley. That is one branch line done. Now I'm going to quickly build the line to Tuntinghead Cross. And yeah, I think that will be where we end this episode. So, hold on, before that, I will just try and explain the sort of service pattern I'm going to try and introduce off camera. So first, we need a stopping service for service with Southern Mainline. Now, I think it will go to Tuntinghead Cross, through Tefingley, and then... I mean, it could terminate at Londonville, but I quite like the idea of it going further as well. Maybe it'll just go to Overdead, because Tettston is in desperate need of a service. It currently has a train at best every couple of hours. There is literally only a single train which calls here. So yeah, I think I will do an Overhead to Tuntinghead Cross service. And then I'll probably do a Carnwell Ridge to... well, eventually it will go north to Trentwell-on-Sea. Possibly to catch a ferry into New Brunthill. Because that is a connection which is going to be much quicker by boat than it is by land. So yeah. Right, let's get going then. Now then, I'd like a station at Chaborn, but this industry is kind of in the way. And you're not going to fit in the state... actually, if you get rid of that bridge, could you fit one in here maybe? Oh, maybe. So yeah, so that is 5. Right, that's how it's going to be done. Right, anyway, yeah, so that is... No, I need to do the signals. So... Oh, I hope I've got this the right way around. Hold on, what did I do it? What did I do at Floningbury? Right, yeah, so it can pass through the front, through the back side. So I think this is going to work. Otherwise, I'm still learning my way around these signals. But yeah, I think that does the trick. So, hold on, no. Copy. And then copy. And then copy. And finally this one will have a speed restriction of 75. And so this line is a 60 speed limit. So then finally, if entry direction is back, else if entry direction is front, so then speed restriction 30 and speed restriction 60. And there we go. So that is a massive new extension. You've got the Southern Mainline all the way to Tefingley, which will one day continue. You've got the branch line to Trunway-on-Sea and Carnwell Ridge. And off camera I will introduce trains along these two lines. An Overted to Tundinghead Cross service, and then a Carnwell Ridge to Drunway-on-Sea service, followed by a ferry up at New Bruttle City. So yeah, if we go back to Lollingville now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. We've got a lot done, and if you enjoy this sort of video and want me to do more of them, then please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to share it with your friends as well. And I don't know what I'm going to be doing next time, but until then, have a good day.